honestly, you guys would be flabbergasted at how little I'm working now, because I made a business run for me that's generating. You have to be patient, resilient, inevitably fail, but you have to kind of look at those failures as learning opportunities. You just find the niche you want to learn, invest in someone's program, and you can affiliate market that and learn it at the same time that you're building your videos, which is going to make you, after that first video I made, I woke up in the morning, next day, 2 people bought it, and I made
If you guys don't start a
money.
YouTube channel just from this information, this guy had little spit coming out of his mouth and he still did it. Luke, why don't you tell the audience who the frick you are and where are we right now?
Yeah, well, welcome guys to, what is this, the first episode?
This will be the first episode.
Amazing, amazing. Breaking ground here today. I'm Luke Wechselberger. Just broke the 7-figure mark in my online business, and I have a lot of great tips I'm going to share with you guys today. But first off, we're coming to you from beautiful Blaine, Washington, about an hour and a half north of Seattle, Washington. It's getting a little cold out here this time of year, but yeah, we got a lot in store for you. I can dive more into the background soon, but let's take it away.
Well, so people are signing up, people are watching this right now because they want to learn about personal branding, but I want to talk about specifically about your journey, because your journey isn't, I wouldn't say the usual journey. And we talked a little bit when we met at the McLaren event here in Seattle, but why don't you walk us through like what you do now and then where did you start? So walk us through your business today. You're making 6 figures with your personal brand, but let me take another backseat. How are you making 7 figures right now?
Yeah, so honestly, maybe I'll start from the beginning and then work my way up, because what I'm doing now, honestly, you guys would be flabbergasted at how little I'm working now, because I made a business run for me that's generating nearly passive income at this point, and I'll touch on how this all started. So pretty much I, went to school, graduated college, focused on good grades, everything like that, but realized, hey, am I really going to sign myself up for 40, 50 years of a career like my dad, who's a chiropractor, ended up doing? He made good money, but he sacrificed a lot of years of his time when he could have been out traveling, doing whatever he wanted. And that's not to knock anyone with a 9-to-5, because you have a stable, reliable source of income. And in the beginning of any entrepreneurship journey, there's bumpy paths. There's a bumpy path and a lot of obstacles, and you have to be patient, resilient, and almost inevitably fail. I mean, you are going to be failing, but you have to kind of look at those failures as learning opportunities, as you guys have heard many times. So after college, I was going to sign up and be, well, my career path was going to be a broadcast news journalist. So I'd be holding a mic like this all day.
This is perfect. Welcome to the broadcast of Luke Show.
Yeah, but I would have had to wake up at God knows what hours of the morning and cover car wrecks and, be on demand and on call from, a higher up telling me what to do all the time. And I just didn't want to roll like that. I had a background, and I still have this background. I'm a big-time skateboarder, okay? I'm 31 years old now, but I still skate. I have the free time to do a lot of different hobbies, and learning, number one, through skateboarding and sports in general, that you are going to fail, you are going to fall, and you have to keep trying, and then sooner or later the muscle memory is going to catch up, and then you're just going to knock these tricks out all the time. But that's one little learning lesson there. But the skateboarding got me into also an individual mindset where everything is relying on myself. Like I can't be a victim to what politics, to what anything else in the world is happening. I can control my own destiny. And I kind of learned that through skateboarding, which is a very individual sport. If you guys golf, you know that it's a mental game. It's you versus you. So after the college, the broadcast news thing, I was like, let's take a year off. And I worked as a server in a restaurant, and I, made some decent money with tips there and everything. And I eventually broke my leg skateboarding, which led to the best break a leg experience you've ever had. Cause you hear, like, before actors go on stage, they say break a leg. And that's basically
You legit broke a leg.
Yes, but what that allowed me to do was lay in bed for 2 months. And I wouldn't even necessarily say I was laying in bed, because after I found, well, I started laying in bed. I was depressed for a little bit,
Mhm.
and then I found ways on YouTube to just make money online. I was like, if I'm going to be laying in bed here, like, what if something really bad happens to me in the
So you're
future?
looking up videos? Is that what you're doing? Like you're just like,
Yes.
hey, I have nothing to do. I'm gonna browse YouTube.
Yeah, browsing YouTube, and actually it was an ad. I wasn't even looking for ways to make money online. It was an ad that came up from Ty Lopez.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
7
yeah.
years ago, guys. So this is the prime time of people getting into
Mhm.
personal branding, building online income and stuff like that. 2017 was a huge year for that. So I saw this ad and I said, this guy's talking about social media marketing where I can go to other companies and, build up their Instagram, their social media platforms.
Right.
So I ended up buying Ty's course and actually getting serious about it. And I made a decent amount of money with that. And that is a good way to start. I mean, you can go out
So
to,
you're starting like an agency almost.
yeah, like to
Gotcha.
dentists, plastic surgeons, people that are behind the, clients working with them don't have time to build social media. So I can come in, and this was when Instagram was way easier to grow and build with
Mhm.
hashtags and boost very easily, unlike kind of how it is today. But I do have some good tips for building your Instagram coming up soon. Pretty much that's what I did for the beginning. And then I got more serious about ways to make money online. That's when I found Amazon FBA, which is a way for me to buy products from overseas in bulk, ship them into an Amazon warehouse, rank them up in Amazon's search engine, because Amazon is a search engine for
Mhm.
products with hungry buyers there to buy. Unlike if you're doing Shopify and stuff like that, you have to do Facebook and Instagram ads where
Right.
people aren't looking to buy. You're spending a lot more on ad dollars there to drive to a website that they have never really heard of. Whereas Amazon is not only giving you the customer traffic, but they're also storing your inventory and shipping it to the customers with that prime 2-day shipping.
So your job, let me just make sure I get this. Your job is just to sell basically the product.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm finding a niche that has low competition, high profit margins, good sales, good search volume. All the data is there with certain software you can use that shows you the sales numbers of Amazon products. And I'm getting into those niches. I'm creating bundles of a product that's already doing well, but then I'll bundle in, like if we're doing a microphone here, you could, well, actually, I do literally sell a product like the clip on mics,
Mm.
but I bundle it with a little phone tripod, and no
Mm.
one else is doing that. And then it's kind of like the one stop shop
Mhm.
for having your little mic and then your little
Mm.
tripod to film yourself.
Mhm.
So that product did well, and no one else thought of that bundle,
Mhm.
even though it shows what's frequently bought together with these microphones right below the listing
Gotcha.
of like they're doing the tripods and all these little things. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
hey supplier, can we make this bundle? Boom, ship
Mhm.
it in. Find ways to stand out. That's what got me going. But the real personal brand part kicked in when it was still me with the broken leg, laying in bed, watching these videos. And then when I stumbled upon Amazon, it was like, these numbers are insane. People are making insane amounts of money per
Mhm.
month. And the passive part of the business is Amazon shipping it out to the customers. You can just be sleeping, wake up. You already have 10, 20 sales,
Right.
$300-400 in profit that morning. But what I did was I bought Ty Lopez's course on social media marketing. Didn't end up sticking with it too long
Mhm.
because I realized I'm building someone else's personal brand. Why don't I use the skills I learned here to build my own personal brand
Right.
and build my own social media influence
Mhm.
up? So what I did was learn a high income earning skill. Okay, so that was the Amazon thing, could have been social media marketing, but then I ended up buying some guy's Amazon course, and as I was learning it, I started making simple YouTube videos, and I
Mm.
only got inspired to do that because I saw a lot of people making course review videos of this guy's course.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, this guy's getting a lot of traction on the course. And people who are referring people to his course would get affiliate commissions. That's
Mhm.
when I learned about affiliate marketing, where I didn't even have to make the course up front. I could just refer people to it
Mhm.
and they would buy it and I'd get a commission. So I said, what the heck? Let's buy this guy's course. It's $500 and I'll make a course review video and I'm bound to get some sales.
Mhm.
After that first video I made, I woke up in the morning next day, 2 people bought it and I made $200 in my sleep, which was monumentally groundbreaking to have the feeling of making money in your sleep.
So this is the first time you really, really felt that passive income kind of that blew up and opened your mind to what's possible.
Yeah. Because at this point, I was still learning Amazon. I was taking his course, and my videos, you don't have, number one tip for you guys as well, you don't have to be an expert going into whatever you're necessarily talking about, so long as that you're maybe learning from another expert, or I would recommend, I mean, what I did was find an expert in the space, learn from them, take their course, because you're probably going to be able to make affiliate commission on that. While you're learning that business, you can then say, hey, this is my journey. I don't necessarily know what I'm doing here, but I'm learning from this guy. And if you want to learn from him as well and start this journey yourself, you can help support me and get the course from my link. And yeah, that's a great way to start it. And then I just made video after video. I didn't even focus on editing, no fancy edits. People like that raw, down to the core, just press the camera on and it's kind of not as professional and stuff. And they're like, wow, it's more relatable.
What I love about this, really quick, I just want to jump in and say something, is that for the viewer listening or watching this right now, is that a lot of times they get bottled down on, I'm not an expert, I don't know what I'm doing. And what I love about the story that you're sharing is that you started before you're ready. Because like you said, you bought a course, but you weren't an expert. You were just testing it out. You had a passion, you had a hunger. You're like, listen, I want this lifestyle. I want this life. And I don't want to build it for someone else. I want to build it for myself. And you start making YouTube videos before you knew how to make YouTube videos. And really, like you're talking about the story, but I know that it wasn't just like, oh, I bought a camera and turned it on. There's probably like hours and days and weeks of research of how to do it. But for everyone listening right now, the thing you want to take away from this is that confidence comes from courage. That if you are courageous and you put yourself out there, you're going to stumble, you're going to fail. You probably have some flop videos, I'm sure, if I scroll back, but you're going to gain that confidence because you're going to learn from it, right? And so I love this story that you're sharing because it's so game-changing for everyone listening right now. In this, whatever stage you are in your business, we all try new things and want to, explore new ventures or try new marketing strategies to grow our businesses or to start personal branding. But you did it before you're ready, man. And that's like, honestly, one of the biggest things I'm taking away from this story, which is so super cool.
It is really important to really internalize that for you guys watching, because everyone wants to be a perfectionist and then they end up with the analysis paralysis of never doing anything. And they're like, if this isn't like this, I remember I took like 4 or 5 Amazon courses. People started giving me their Amazon course for free for me to just judge it. And they'd be like, I became
cool.
Pretty much expert level in the field, Amazon FBA, after making 600-700 YouTube videos over the years.
Damn.
So people have given me their course and said, what do you think about this, Luke? I ended up inevitably making my own course after making like 90 sales of the affiliate sales for the other guy.
So how much money? So I just want to get a timeline. So how much money were you making around this time? Because at this point, I'm guessing you didn't have your personal brand yet. Like now you have a pretty big personal brand. You're big on YouTube, on Instagram. You're in the tens of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
You're getting hundreds of thousands of views, like every single video that you post, right? So where were you in your personal branding journey and how much money you were making around this time?
Well, you guys can go to my YouTube channel. It's just Luke W and sort videos by oldest to newest. And you can literally see me sitting on my front porch making the review video of this guy's course. And I have a broken leg. I even show in not that video, the other videos, I'm like, yep, my leg's still swollen. My crutches are laying on my bed there. And I'm literally half high on pain pills. Which I had to get rid of those after a while, but yeah, I had some spit going up and down in between my lips. When you start talking a lot, I was like,
if you guys
I still uploaded it.
If you guys don't start a YouTube channel just from this information, this guy had little spit coming out of his mouth and he still did it.
Still pressed upload. Because the secret here for you guys not to get overwhelmed and shy or anything is you don't even tell your friends or family or anybody about it. You just let the natural YouTube algorithms start to feed you viewers, and they don't care who you are. They don't know who you are. And that's where most of the sales came from. It's not me trying to go sell my friends and family on some multi-level marketing thing. Okay. It's and that actually did happen before I even got into any of this. Before I broke the leg, there was some dude that came up to me from like Amway or something and
Yeah.
said, "Hey, you should
Scams,
try
yeah.
and do this." But I realized I can't sell $80 toothpaste to people. It's just not going to work.
Oh,
But
jeez.
other than that, that's what actually did get me in the business mindset.
Yeah.
Because after college, I didn't even necessarily think I was going to go into business. So that was a little story there. But yeah, pretty much got the
So let's talk
yeah.
about the strategies of you growing this business. So
Yeah.
again, if you sort back to your older videos, you can think back to like, okay, you're starting, you're making some sales. Like, do you remember how much money you were making around that time? When, because here's the thing, a lot of people, because I know this audience very well, it's like, well, by the 5th video, I'm not making any money, so I might as well quit.
So check it out. Again, if you do follow those steps of finding an authority figure who has a course and is already pretty well known that people are going to search up that course. If your review video can show up on YouTube, which I just put tags, you know, beneath each YouTube video, you do the title, the description, and then tags. You want to just throw in the name of the course, the niche it's in, things like that. And you know, I woke up the next day with luckily 2 sales, which was $200. And then I was going to say, after that first video I filmed, within that same week, I said the title of the video was like $700 in 1 week, because I ended up making 7 sales from that guy's course with that one video. And that's the true power of building this kind of passive business, passive income business for yourself, because when you have 700 YouTube videos or even 50 YouTube videos, those are always there. They can always get views for 5 years running now. Like, I've made cryptocurrency videos. One video I made in 2021, the videos made over $60,000, $70,000 from one YouTube video, just from people signing up to my affiliate link to get a VPN for, you know, masking your computer's IP address if you want to get on this special crypto exchange. So I've had so much free time that I did delve into other business ventures and investing, things like that. But
you're just trying a lot of different things.
You gotta try, but you do have to do the Warren Buffett method of just like sticking with one thing. Kind of thing. Like, I mastered the Amazon FBA business. I've helped thousands of people at this point now.
So I think this is an important tip to share, is that you, before you really focus on one thing, you tried a lot of different things, right? You almost went into, you know, pyramid scheme. You tried social media marketing, then you stumbled to this Amazon thing, and then you really started liking it, seeing traction, and then affiliate marketing, and then you totally went all in on one thing.
And then, yeah, so after doing those other small businesses, Amazon was like, I need to become an expert here. And then the personal brand was built, and all these other income streams were built on the premise of Amazon being the core center value here. So with Amazon came me being able to do the affiliate links for the other guy's course, affiliate links for the product research software, consultation calls, and then inevitably building my own course. And all those income streams came from the back of learning one income skill. YouTube ad revenue started coming in, which they've slashed significantly. So that's the key here. When you are getting into YouTube and you actually want to make money, you don't necessarily need a lot of views. You just need high quality viewers. And you can't just do these comedy skits where people are there to just watch and not necessarily learn or buy anything. When you're in a financial niche, people are actually learning. You got high IQ people most of the time coming in looking, wanting to learn more. And then if you have resources for them, which you link below in your YouTube description, that's where you can get your affiliate links. And any software, any course, mostly any product has an affiliate resource center where you can just sign up to become an affiliate. Then you get your special link, plug it in the description of your YouTube video, and you're good to go. I offer an affiliate service for my program as well, so people can literally replicate the same process I did.
We'll link that in the description so people can sign up for it and start making money with it. What were some of the strategies you had to, you know, were you trying to grow a personal brand? You were trying to just make money? Like what did you have a strategy? Like walk us through like
Yeah.
what you did in the beginning versus what you're doing now.
So in the beginning, I had my YouTube channel up for a few years prior to me actually putting real videos on it towards my business. I had about 14 subscribers, and I made this review video. Okay, it made a couple $100 the first night. I said I need to stick with it, but how am I going to get more people to really view my videos? Where are they going to come from? How am I going to make this happen? So a couple good tips for you guys. First, you got to just really commit to this and realize that it's not going to happen with one video. So I started filming, and remember, I'm not editing these videos necessarily. I'm just talking about my process. Hey, here's my first shipping plan. I'm excited. This is my first new product I'm going to get. Just a video almost every day, 5 or 6 days a week for literally like a year and a half or almost 2 years. And that helped. That's a little extreme, but if you want to be obsessed and extreme and win hardcore, that's the links you have to take. And
that's how you master something.
Yeah. And
like you can master, if you did one video a week, it's 52 videos a year, but you did one video a day.
Yeah.
Which is 365 videos in a year.
And not only was I reiterating what I'm learning in this guy's Amazon course and teaching myself by voicing it back and voicing it out loud and making a journal, a documentary. That's what I was really doing, documenting my journey. But each of those videos became a new sales person for me to get more sales for my affiliate links. I wasn't necessarily focused on being an Amazon expert or building this personal brand. But one of the other tips I was going to say to get the views was you really want to do the SEO on your video. Look at videos similar to what you're already doing. And, look at the titles. You can almost copy and paste the same title, description, and tags and stuff. There's a tool on YouTube called TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy. It's free. It'll show you all the hashtags creators are using on their videos who are getting a lot of views. You can just copy and paste those tags in your description if you want, or your tag area. But I took my videos and shared them in every Facebook group I could around my niche: Amazon FBA, e-commerce, drop shipping, things like that. And I said, hey, here's a new video. Maybe this will help you guys out. Some YouTube or some Facebook groups didn't really like that, so they might kick me out and say, no spamming your videos here. But this is a shark pit. You gotta get out there and post your videos. So I posted in Facebook groups. I did get people coming to my videos from there, and also just engaging with other people in the comments. I would see some guy would have a question. Hey, I'm looking to start Amazon. How am I going to do this? I literally would DM or message the guy and say, hey, I just started as well. I took this guy's course. It's a really good course. If you want to do this, boom, sale closed. And I'm just making a commission on this. On a course I didn't have to create. So sharing in Facebook groups, using things like TubeBuddy, looking at other people's thumbnails. And some of my highest viewed videos were me almost copying the same video some other dude did. Like there's a way to do HTML text in your description to make your Amazon listing description look a lot better. I learned from that guy, and I needed to learn this skill myself, so I just made a whole video about it, and I posted it, and it got, 100, 250,000 views or something. And I did a how to sell on Amazon in 60 seconds video that I watched someone else do. I put my own twist on it, but that's over 600,000-700,000 views now for just how to sell on Amazon in 60 seconds. So YouTube shorts nowadays are really good, and you can take your shorts and take that same video, post it on Instagram Reels, post it on TikTok, post it on Twitter. That's another thing. I downloaded every social media app there was and posted the same piece of content across every platform.
And so how has your strategy changed? So you went in an extreme volume, right? So this is like, if I was going to paraphrase what you're saying, is that you were learning a skill, and like any skill, you need to have reps, right? Just like to get these muscles right here, you need to add reps. And so you put in the work day in and day out, like you said, posting every day, posting in Facebook groups, sharing on TikTok, because that's like somewhat new, I guess, since 2017. So how's your strategy changed? And how are you like? Actually, we'll start with that. How's your strategy changed with YouTube and building your personal brand?
So honestly, the personal brand has, because I've made so many videos, just kind of continually carried itself up. I wouldn't use now as a good representation of what new viewers want to get into this are
Hmm.
trying to do, because at this point I make like 1 or 2 videos a month. I'm way more low key. I don't even like push my Amazon course. My personal brand shift now is lifestyle stuff. So because I built the passive income, I'm traveling 6, 7 months a year. I just did all of South America, Asia. I got another Germany, Austria crazy trip coming up in like 5, 6 days. And when I'm taking cool clips, mainly I'm posting on my Instagram stories
Yeah.
where I'm building the real following base to be like, dang, like this guy's really out here doing it.
Hmm.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm editing together myself really cool little highlight stories and just
Selling the dream,
selling
right?
the dream.
That's what people want. People want that lifestyle, that, one person business, that to travel, have freedom, have that passive income. Here's a bottleneck that a lot of people probably watching this right now is that, okay, so I'm listening to your story and okay, I'm going to make all these videos, but like, how do I build trust? How do I build authority? Like when I'm a beginner, or even if like I've been in the industry for a long time, like maybe I'm a lawyer, I'm an accountant, and I know what I'm talking about, but like, how do I get people to trust me online? Do you have any tips or advice or how maybe you did that?
For me, it was just like, you got to be in real life. You have to follow through with your word. And ways to do that in your videos is, number one, just being consistent. And that'll let people know, dang, this guy's serious. The more serious and genuine you appear when you're, and a lot of people noticed how hyped I was when I would talk about this subject. They could just feel the passion through the lens when I would start talking about this. And they say, like, this guy is for real. He's not BSing me. But just in real life, you have to follow your word. So if you're saying, hey, we're doing videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or every Saturday, just actually follow through with that. That's a good way to build trust. It's not about reinventing the wheel. You're not inventing anything. That's what I tell people, even starting with their Amazon business. Like, don't go in there with some new invention that's not proven. I'm finding products that already make good sales. I'm doing YouTube videos that are already getting good views. And even though there's 100 people making that same video, I'm still going to get a piece of that market share. I'm still going to get views, and someone's going to relate with me more than they do with someone else. And just the fact that maybe I'll mention that I skateboard, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, I just had a guy meet me in an Amazon conference in Vegas 2 weeks ago, and he was my follower from my second video I ever made, which was at this house back in 2017. And he and I were on a phone call all those years ago, and he came and met me out there just because we resonated with each other, just because he skateboarded and I skateboarded. He brought his board to Vegas and snapped it the first day, so we didn't even get to skate together. He's a big dude. He's like a football player. But yeah, it's just, being genuine, being humble, not acting like you know everything. And for me, just coming out and saying, hey, I'm learning this from somebody else, puts me in this like no pressure mode, because I'm not an expert, but I'm learning from someone who is. And if you want to learn from him, you can check out his course. He wins, I win, I make some money. And then the person watching is going to make money too. Cause I'm like, hey, I'll help you guys. Even if this guy's not even giving you as much help as he wants to, like I can be there for you as well. So that's kind of how I did it. And I was there for people. I did show up on time. I just kept true to myself. And that's something I've done before I ever started these videos.
So is there anything that you want to tell the audience that you've seen in beginners? Because obviously you're at this point where you have the personal brand, you've hit 7 figures in your business, you're living your dream life. And for someone watching this that wants to be in your shoes, what advice, and you shared a lot of advice already, but is there anything, some clarity you want to say around and how to help them take action today? They watching this video and they're like, okay, I need to close this off and take action.
Got it.
What advice you want to share?
I would say, if you are interested in, number one, you need the why. You need your why. Why do you want to do this? What's going to make you passionate about it? For me, it was, I'm either doing this or I'm writing my life off for the next 40 years doing a career working for a boss. And I didn't want to do that. So you got to find your why. And then I would then really, decide if you want to make money on the internet, which is really what I see is the only way to kind of do what I'm doing. I don't even have employees right now. I'm a one-man band pulling pretty good numbers and able to work a few hours a month on the actual business, like a few hours a month at this point. And the only way to do that is really building an online business, I think. Like, if you want to do crazy crypto trading or stock market stuff, like that is very stressful. I wouldn't recommend it. So build a real business, treat it as a real business. But the tip is go to ChatGPT and write, what are the 50 best online businesses to start right now? And then just play around with some AI action. I've been using it a lot to help me write my Amazon listings, and I'm just getting them done like this and that. By the way, some of the listings I've been selling have been selling for over 5 years. So it's proven to be a straight passive income stream after the product's ranked up. It's got reviews. That thing I just called supplier and say, send in 1,000 more units. So that's what I was going for. And I found that business model, Amazon FBA. From there, after you have your business model, you will have to, what I did was I bought the dude's course and I wanted to actually learn it because I tried to watch every video I could when I was laying in bed with the broken leg. And I did watch every video on the subject, I think, on Amazon. And then I finally caved in, bought some dude's online course, which I never thought I would do. But I said, I'm doing this to commit money out there that's going to make me have to, get it back. Because I'm not one to, lose money or... And then it's 100% accountable to myself. The money's out there. It's all these online businesses. Some people will be like, oh, it's a scam. It's a scam. It's working for a lot of people. You just have to, keep going and fight through the obstacles. So if you can simply choose the business... I would say invest some money so that you even get more serious about it and into your learning. And then you can take that learning and then make a course review video and make your first affiliate commissions while learning it. And that's the best way to do it. You don't have to come in with any prior knowledge, any prior skill. You just find the niche you want to learn, invest in someone's program, and you can affiliate market that and learn it at the same time that you're building your videos, which is going to make you reiterate what you're teaching or what you're learning. You're going to get smarter faster. You're going to make money while building a personal brand in the background.
Right.
The personal brand for me led to TV shows. I've been on Temptation Island, which is a crazy reality dating show, just from my Instagram and producers messaging me saying, you and your girl look like a great couple for this show. So
what would be your, I guess, final tip around, what would be your one tip around building a 6 to 7 figure personal brand? Before we go into the house, because we're going to be walking through the house they started making videos in, a little bit of his routine, what he's eating, all that kind of stuff. Because this is a gorgeous house. But before we do that, what is the tip you want to share with them in building a 6 to 7 figure personal brand?
Damn. I mean, I don't want to keep it as simple as just be consistent and never give up, but that's what I learned in skateboarding. That's what it was for me. The tip is, oh man, there are so many little...
You can give one or two. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, the tips for building these brands is, just never give up. Find a higher ticket. Well, find a niche that's in the financial area, because if you're doing comedy videos, things like that, it's just going to be harder. Maybe you get millions of views, but you have to sell t-shirts and merch, and it's not necessarily what's going to get you into selling more high ticket items. These online courses, you go to college, you buy a couple textbooks that could be $300-400. You buy one course that could change your life, it's $500. So if you're starting to affiliate market courses that are $1,000, whatever, you're making 20% commission. That's $200 a course sale for yourself. And then sooner or later, you'll have the following that naturally came while you were making all these affiliate sales. And now you will eventually build your own course because you are an expert. You have made hundreds of videos, and give yourself time. Be patient. Don't rush things. It's not, everyone's dealing with the immediate gratification culture these days. And you have to just dial it back, know that, God's got your plan. And as long as you stick with it, you're going to be good. You just Have to be consistent, patient, and read the book The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Okay, that's
Great
what I
book.
read. And it's over an 18-month time period. If you're putting a little bit of effort in every day, it'll lead to this growth curve of exponential just expansion in your business and life if you just put an inch of work down every day.
Love that, dude. That is so powerful. The thing that I'm taking away from our conversation is start before you're ready. Start before you're ready. You took action when not necessary. You were the quote unquote guru or expert. And yeah, man, it just comes down to the fundamentals. Like, honestly, like I interviewed a lot of successful entrepreneurs and none of them have fancy funnels or fancy shit. Like the funny thing is, like, the people who are the most successful have the simplest marketing, the simplest messaging, the simplest advice. Like, you know, like I said, like, it's just continuous action and improvement and enjoyment. And I can tell that you enjoy it. And I'm so looking forward to the next segment where we're going to be walking through the house. You give us a little tour and more about your day-to-day and how you're actually running this 7-figure personal brand and what other people can learn from habits. Because I also like that not only is the strategy is important, which this segment is about, it's also about the mindset and the habits that go along with it. So we're going to be walking you through the house, walking you through his habits, and taking you through this beautiful place and what Luke does to sustain and grow his 7-figure personal brand.
Pretty much, you know, life ain't perfect. And like I said, there's a lot of obstacles with business. I had one of the biggest obstacles ever hit me, you know, last month with my Amazon business, where I was selling a product that actually had a trademark on it that I didn't realize. And I ended up having to ship about 200 units home. And we're going to show you that right now. So this is quite a bit of inventory. They're like plush stuffed animals. And this niche was just a little too crazy. I made a lot of money in a short period of time with it, which was my goal. And unfortunately, I got stuck with these units. And I could still, because it's a physical product, sell them on Facebook Marketplace, offer up. I've sold a lot of units with TikTok Shop with this. I made little videos and people would buy them on TikTok Shop. I was forced to ship them out myself. It was nice having Amazon do it for the short period of time I was selling them on there, but I'm honestly probably just going to give these away to charity and just use it as a tax write-off. Yeah, and actually we have a big garage sale coming up locally, so I might just hand some out there, give them away as you know, little trick-or-treat gifts. I think I'm going to do that too. But, you know, life isn't perfect. It's important to show some of the struggles, and when this happens, you know, there's always an avenue to get rid of the inventory. And whether it's a tax write-off or you're individually selling the units on Facebook Marketplace, there's always a solution to any problem. So that's what I wanted to let you guys know about there. I have pretty much the OG car I've had for 14 years parked in the garage. We got a new one I'll show you in a second. But this guy right here has seen a lot of good days. So we'll come out here. And we're rolling. All right, so we'll walk over into the main garage, and I picked up this BMW M2 competition as a little treat for myself this summer, and this thing is sweet. I'll open the door for you right here so you can kind of get a look at the interior. Might be a little dark in there, but I stuck with the manual, so we are driving the stick in this. Very fun car, especially when you put it in sport mode. And yeah, just need a little more torque as opposed to the Civic Si, which was still a manual. Yeah, this thing is beautiful. And we got the old Scottsdale fixer-upper. Actually, my uncle Brian, he passed away a long time ago, but still got his truck here.
How much is this car?
The car was about $64,000 after taxes and everything. I just put $30K down, and I'm just easy little line of credit, $600 a month payment. I could pay it off right now, but I wanted to have a little payment that I could make every month. So let's take a little look inside. And it's a lot warmer in here than it was outside when we were catching hypothermia. And this spot here in Blaine is a beautiful house. We got like 4 or 5 bathrooms in here. Really big spot. Good place if you want to raise a family. Right now, honestly, I'm traveling a lot, so I'm not even here that much. But one of my favorite rooms and the room where I'm getting a lot of work done, and you can see we have quite a bit of work already laying out all over the floor. But you just pop up your computer here, and you are with this amazing view, and, you know, it's just wonderful. I'm bumping my music every day, getting my head in the right mindset. We'll talk about a little bit of that in a second. But a little more tour of the house. I want to show you upstairs the balcony and the master bedroom. And yeah, so this spot has just it's been pretty near and dear to me for a long time. But it's something, like I said, I'm not really at all the time. 6-7 months out of the year I'm traveling. That's what's really helping me build my personal brand at this point. Just getting you know, exposure in all these different countries, solo traveling. People are like, damn, this guy's actually out here doing it. Pretty crazy, but he's still doing it. So just breathing in that fresh ocean air. The tide here goes way far out, almost to where there's not even water visible. It's just a barren landscape pretty much. And then by the end of the day, all the water comes in. I'll pop out on the kayak, cruise around a little bit. There's seals that are popping their heads up. And just over there, it's called a spit. This piece of land that's out there, there's a little spot called Semiahmoo. Probably can't see it from here, but it's an old salmon cannery, and they have a really good restaurant. So this is just off-grid. This is, I mean, it's not off-grid, but it's out pretty far from Seattle. Actually, only 5 minutes from the border of Canada. So I take a lot of little trips into Vancouver. I have friends over there. But yeah, the spot's it's just beautiful. You guys,
where did you film your videos?
I filmed that. The second video I ever filmed was literally right down there in this little grass patch. And that's like the second video I made where that one subscriber followed me. And then I just met him for the first time 7 years later in Las Vegas. So that was crazy. Yeah, so we'll come back in, and I want to talk a little bit more about kind of the nutrition and what I'm doing, because running a business, like, you have to have the right mindset. Okay, it's not about this immediate gratification life and stuff like that. So here's by the way, just another room. Post up in here. Pretty nice little bathroom. Got some stuff laid out. Little marble countertops, chill shower, big spot. But as you saw downstairs, that garage that's got my old car in it is massive. You could fit like
its own house.
Yeah, it's literally like a house. But you know,
built like a studio.
Yeah, you could. So we'll go down, and I want to show you something special I've been snacking on in my fridge. I think having discipline is very key. And, you know, I've been a sweet tooth for a period of my life, but I had to, like, snap out of things, man. So right now, what I've been eating, we got some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. And this little cheese here has 9 grams of protein for a 1 inch little square of this. And this is probably like a 40 gram protein little snack here for $5. I'm picking it up. It's very authentic. It's like raw cow's milk that they're putting in here. So it's very nutrient dense. But what I've been doing, just as a fun little nutrition tip that maybe you guys can try out yourself, is I'm kind of fasting till about 11 or 12 noon. And then I'll eat some of this and then hit the gym. What this does is load my body up with a bunch of protein. And it's got a healthy fat content in it, so it's not like the trans fat. It's the saturated fat. It's the good fat, and so I'm doing this, and it's kind of tricking my body into then using the fat as fuel. So then when I go to the gym, I was never like a nutrition crazy guy or a keto guy, but I actually noticed real results of the little fat I still had on my body was like getting shed off because I tricked my body into burning the fat by eating this cheese and then working out. And it's got crazy amounts of protein in it.
So if you want to be a millionaire, you got to eat that cheese.
Eat that cheese. Get this cheese.
What's like your daily? Do you have a daily routine? Like I know you travel a lot, but do you have rituals that you do every day, like for work, for life, or whatever?
I mean, the number one thing is I need like a clean workspace. If anything, if my car, if my room, if anything's cluttered, number one, my brain's going to be cluttered. I can also often kind of judge someone if their stuff is really messy, like how far they're going to get in their business. Like I said, discipline is key. You can't just be snacking on all this immediate gratification junk food or let your car go to shambles and not clean up. As long as you're clean and you're organized, those are like foundational things that you need to have. Not necessarily you have to be clean, but you have to be somewhat organized. Otherwise, you can't run a business. I'm waking up whenever I want. I don't set alarms or anything like that. I haven't done that in like a decade. So I'll wake up at 9 or 10 a.m. not really eating. And that first, especially when I started my videos, the first thing I would do is knock out the most important task of the day as early on as I could. So that was making a YouTube video. Wake up, I would have breakfast, and then I would just knock out a YouTube video. Once that was done, then it's time for the gym. Now I got video and like my work and my work on my body done. Earliest part of the day completed. The rest of the day was up to me, whatever I wanted to do. Other than that, rituals, I mean, let's go in here. This is cooler in here, man. Let's go in here. Rituals, like, I was reading a lot of books. Oh man, I should have brought my journal up here because one thing a lot of my other students and stuff have learned from me is jotting down every month what your goals are. Okay, I've done this since the beginning, and I'll pretty much write out. Now we just started October, so I have October, and I have all these goals, but more importantly, I have little check boxes next to them because it's something about writing out the goal itself and then checking it off that gives you this level of satisfaction and completion that it just makes you want to keep going. And not only that, when you do write everything out, it gets all that bandwidth that was occupied in your mind, like thinking, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? When it's written out, now all that bandwidth is freed up for you to use your brain for other things instead of thinking about what you have to do all the time. When it's on the paper, you're good to go. And then I'll do little tally marks for like the gym or how many days I flossed or anything that you want to track. Every time you do it, just do a little tally mark next to it. At the end of the month, you can see all the goals you checked off. Did you meet your goals? How many things did you track? How many tally marks did you get? So that's maybe one of the main rituals that I do. And I'm a simple guy. I don't need all these complex things, Simple is sweet. Simple is good. Simple scales. And yeah, other than that, it's pretty much just the mindset that I've learned. And you kind of have to get it rooted. Like I was luckily doing this from a long time before I started business. It was learning how to stay consistent, going to the skate park and falling and then finally landing it. It was just that consistency, I think, that really, really helped. So when you find something to build a habit around, that's going to be something that you can carry on for many, many years, and it doesn't even feel like work. So whether it's the gym, as long as you can get committed and you can commit to one thing like that, then you're probably more likely to commit to a business. But if you go to the gym and you quit after the first month, it's probably going to correlate very strongly with how you're going to be in your business. So make sure before you're putting money on the table and this and that, starting a new venture, like take a look at your car. How clean is your car? How organized is your bedroom? Do you make your bed? Are you quick to go grab the junk food, or can you have that internal willpower to just kind of not do it and do what's best for you instead. So just simple things like that are going to really give you an idea of how good you're going to be in the business before you even start it. So,
well, dude, thank you so much for showing us around the house, showing us your lifestyle, what you do, sharing us behind the scenes of what it's like to build like an empire like this, a solo business that makes you passive money that allows you to travel the world. Where can people find you? Where can people learn more about you and like adopt this lifestyle?
Yeah, I would recommend you guys. We'll put a link down there for my Instagram. I get back to every DM. Most of the free time I have now is literally just helping you guys. So I would encourage you to reach out to me on Instagram. I'll get back to your DMs. Otherwise, I have my YouTube channel there, Luke W, and we'll have that link there. If you really want to get serious about it, send me a message on Instagram and we can jump on a quick phone call and I can kind of walk you through maybe if you want to learn how to build your online Amazon business, I can help you guys set that up as well. And like, let's do it. I mean, I'm here for you guys. And that's one of my other little OCD things is I get back to every single message at the end of the night. I think if I look at my phone right now, we have, besides my suppliers, every little notification on my mail is all cleaned up. You know, you can sometimes see other people's mail notifications and it's like, you got 48,000 messages there. It's just like, you got to organize and clean things up. And that's going to go a long way with the business. So I hope I gave you guys some good insights today. And I hope I can be back for another episode.
Yeah, we'll have to do a part 2 when you're at 8 figures.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, guys, check out all the information on Luke down in the description. If you like this style of video, this style of podcast is a little bit different from most, then let us know in the comments so we can continue doing this thing. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope this was helpful in helping you guys to make it happen. So go ahead and start building your personal brand.
Peace.